I don't really know much about Gundam Aerial or even Witch of Mercury because I've never even watched it or even heard of it, to be honest. However, I dug online and I found a lot of info. The Gundam Aerial is developed by the Shinsei Development Corporation. Its pilot is Selena Mercury, whose sister, Eri, is rumored to have its consciousness stored inside the sentient AI in Aerial. Now, the Aerial is built around GUND technology, however you call it, which was banned due to harmful effects it had on human pilots. However, the Aerial is so advanced and so amazing that it's proven to be completely safe and even have faster than human reflex. Next is the unique gimmicks. Like I said before, Aerial's most unique gimmick is the GUND format. And another thing it has is those gun bits, which are kind of like the funnels for Gundam or whatever, except they can act as little tiny shields, act as offensive weapons, combined to an even larger shield, and even fire beams akin to funnels. Another unique thing that it has, if it already doesn't have enough, is the fact that it has this thing called the Permet system. Permet is a fictional element in Witch of Mercury, and when Suletta increases the Permet score, the gun gets stronger and gets much more reactive. And at higher scores, for some reason, it can hack into enemy suits, mobilize them using data storm, and reconfigure the battlefield, which is busted. Another thing it has is the semi-sentient core, as I mentioned before, which is rumored to have Aerial's consciousness being stored in the Aerial, making the connection between it and Selena even more powerful. Now, its weapons are very simple and very normal compared to the rest of the entire Gundam, because it just has a beam rifle, 2 beam sabers, and a shield. However, that shield is able to break apart and be used by the gun bits, which is pretty crazy, but also very creative. I would say the Aerial represents a fusion of human and machine, as it has Aerial's consciousness inside of it, but also the structure of the machine. There are 2 forms of Aerial. The first form, which is the start of the show with gun bits integrated into the shield, and the rebuild, which is later in the show with higher permit capacity, which is 1 to 6, and more powerful gun bit configuration. Okay, so my overall thoughts of the Aerial Gundam kit was very positive. I actually liked it very much. Very, very nice. I had very few problems building this kit. The building experience was very, very smooth. No real problems other than the fact that the runners attached to the plastic pieces. The way they were attached was kind of weird, and it was a little bit uncomfortable looking out. What I mean is that like some of the part of the runner was still attached to the plastic piece even after, which kind of sucks. But at the same time, the kit overall was very, very nice. Another thing it had was that it promised to have like the double joint stuff, as do the regular master grades have. It did have that double joint in the leg, however, it did not have the double joint part in the arms, which I found very confusing, because you can fully rotate the leg so where it's like in the knee position, but for some reason with the arm you can't really do that. So that was my very, very small problem. And now to talk about the positive things. The kit was very, very smooth. There wasn't any specific parts that were too loose or anything that I couldn't even build it, like how the MGST Barbatos had the mace. And I believe that this kit was actually very well made. It was very easy to build, very simple, very clear instructions. And overall, that's it, honestly. So yeah, see you guys next time. Bye-bye.